How you doing, Vapors? Grandpa Vapor back here today to talk to you about several subjects. Okay. Lately, I've been seeing what's so-called innovation out there on products that the corporate reviewers are trying to get you to buy. Now, this isn't a video on trashing corporate reviewers. Okay. This is not any way intended to do that. They have to get their products out to these people, and some of these reviewers have become popular, such as Rippers, Jay Hayes, Suck My Mod, a few Asian people, and a couple people in the UK. Now, they're your top players in the game. Now, who's primarily buying vaping devices today? Well, you got a lot of baby boomers out there, and Grandpa Vapor's one of them. And they don't address anything about people that have smoked for 20, 30, 40 years and what these vaping devices are and what they can do for you. Okay? And older people, they go out and they tend to buy anything that they. I'm not saying that older people are dumb or anything like that, but they go out and they buy a product and really don't know what's going on in the vaping industry. Okay, I do know what's going on in the vaping industry. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start out like this. I don't like how the corporate reviewers are basically kowtowing to the millennials and their generation of crap rap people like that, and endorsing these Juul products, things like that. The Juul product's a piece of junk, people. Don't ever try to quit smoking cigarettes on a Juul. And I'm going to tell you why. What you need to start out in vaping is a very good over 200 watt mod tank device. Okay? So you can get the same reaction in the flavor and the cloud production that you would from a cigarette. And if you start, in my opinion, if you start at 6 milligrams, as much as these 200 watt devices deliver to you when you inhale it mouth to lung and exhale, will give you this just as much nicotine as you would get out of a cigarette. They don't list the nicotine on the side of the cigarettes anymore, but they do list the tar. You won't get any tar from vape. But if you're vaping a 200 watt device, and I'm going to show you one that I use at 6 milligrams of e-juice, so a good quality e-juice, okay, then you're going to get what you get right out of a cigarette, smoking a cigarette. And it's going to give you the same idea as smoking a cigarette. Now, I started out with a GX350 mod, 4 battery. I could have put a Cloud Beast tank on top of it. They've since haven't made any mesh coils for the Cloud Beast or the Cloud Beast King. I have both tanks. I can take them out and show you people what I mean by them. Let me get them out for you here. It's going to be a rather lengthy video anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and show you all of it. But I started out with the Cloud Beast King, the Cloud Beast, and also had the Cloud Beast King on this device. All right, here's the Cloud Beast. Okay, and here's the Cloud Beast King. I mean, this is a massive tank, people. I started out with this one on the GX350. Okay, it was a 4 battery device, all 4 8615 batteries in this, and I had the Cloud Beast King on top of it. Okay, now this thing was the only thing I could get out there that was going to produce what vapor I needed to get off of 40 years of smoking cigarettes. Okay, let me put this to the side. Now today that has changed. Okay, now smock, this is what I use now, uh, and I use other devices. It's not the only device I use. I use squonkers all the way through. RDAs, RTAs, mesh, all mesh. I've got to say that when this was out, and the Cloud Beast and the Cloud Beast King tank didn't have any mesh. They still don't today for them. They do have upgraded the Claptons in them. They got a 7-port one for the Cloud Beast King. They got a 5-port one for the Cloud Beast, which gives you pretty good flavor and pretty good, great cloud production. But I use this as smoke species. Okay, it's touchscreen. That touchscreen lock, by the way, so you can touch it all you want. It's not going to do anything. Okay, fire button's on the right. And it's the innovative 2 to 3 years later from the Smart GTX 4 battery, 2 battery 18650 with the A2 tank with mesh coils in here. Now I use the K4 4-point coils. Now everybody's going to say, well, why don't you use Freemax? Why don't you use those? They're much better. No, they're not. No, they're not, people. The K4 quad mesh coils for smock last longer and are better. I've used them both, and they have better flavor. Okay, we're going to talk about flavor later. So I've got this thing set on 93 watts. Let's take a vape off it, and tell me if this looked like a cigarette that you smoked, people. I'm 60 years old, and I'm going to try to tell you there's nothing better than vaping. You can quit cigarettes in a day. Now, the corporate reviewers, I made a couple comments about this A2 tank and never made a comment about this device. They all like this device. Of course, Smock is a very big company. Okay, so they're not going to say much to you about it being wrong, but the door on the bottom was great. It was a change from the older devices. Okay, because the older devices, I'm going to show you something. This is a T-Prib. Okay, it was a LED lighted up when you fired it here. Okay, and you put a regular tank on there, and it was from Smock, and these battery doors broke. Okay, you'd hit them, you'd set them down, it would cock it around, it would wear the paint off, and as soon as that battery door broke, it wouldn't work anymore. Okay, this one does not work anymore. I don't suggest you buy these unless you're going to set these on a piece of rubber in your house and never take them out and throw them in a car or a cup holder or anything like that. So that was one of the things they changed over the last 2 years. So this button in here is much better. You can set it down. I haven't seen anywhere go on at all on the bottom of this thing, which will make the device malfunction. Okay, the corporate reviewer said, this is too loud. This is too loud. Now watch. Do you care how loud it is when it vapes superior to another device? This thing fits in your hand like this, people. Okay? Look at it go in your pocket when you're going out. It's just a little tank head sitting down on the top of your pocket. Okay? Okay, and it's very, very well made. It is very well made. I've had this over a year. Not a problem with it, not a nick on it, not a chip on it, nothing. And the tanks are superior with the locking caps for Smock and the mesh coils that are in them. This is the best device out there today. People wouldn't buy anything else. It'd be perfectly fine. In fact, they're on sale now, $10 less than they were a year ago. Okay, so that's one of the devices I use. All right, but I didn't want to make this out to be for millennials. I want to make this out to be for baby boomers, people that want to quit smoking. You want to quit smoking, here's another great device for you. Okay, it's called the Sigelli Sobra. They're on sale all over the net. This is a good basic 200 watt device. It's very light. It charges super fast in the USB. Now, corporate reviewers will tell you, I would never charge my thing. Well, here's the deal, people. Okay, you see this? This is my phone charger. This isn't in my computer. Okay, so I just stick it in here and charge it. Okay, it's not going to do anything to your batteries. Check your batteries all the time. Make sure none of the skins on the batteries have any kind of rips or tears in them, or even the circles on the top of the battery. Don't make sure that there's no tears on the skin anywhere around here, or that little gasket there is not torn. Anything worn up here, anything that looks malfunction, I toss them in the trash. I get another one. Okay, and so here's another good one for you people that want to start out baby boomers. How to say this thing's $33, the whole entire kit on the internet now at 8vape.com. 8vape.com. The reason why I tell you 8vape.com is they have the best service from Las Vegas, Nevada. Best service, best customer service, fastest delivery of anyone out there. No one could beat their prices hands down. Okay, so we'll take a hit off this. Now remember, what I did was I didn't use the Sigelei Sobra tank that came with this. I put an A2 smock tank on it and so I could use the K4 mesh coils with the 4 ports in there. And the reason why the coils are better than Freemax is because of the porting on the side, the holes for wicking, where it brings it through. It always keeps your wick crisp, and they last about 3 to 4 weeks. Unless you're a chain vapor every day, you won't burn these out for a month, because I don't use just this one all day long. I use this one. Okay, that's the problem that people say, oh, my coil burned out in a week. Well, you hit it 5,000 times in a week. What do you expect? Get another one. It's trade off. You go to work, trade off one to another one for the rest of the day. Okay, now let's hit this one. Look at that. Now, why would you ever want to smoke a cigarette again? This in here, what I have in here right now, is Charlie's Chalk Dust Strawberry Meringue, people. Now, you've probably seen on the corporate channel there from Rippers that he likes the lemon meringue. The strawberry is just as good, people. And I have the lemon meringue also from Charlie's Chalk Dust. And the flavor coming out of this smock tank on this Sigelei Sobra is amazing. So this is kind of a vape video. So anyway, so you've seen that. I would recommend both of these to people, baby boomers, to go out and try. Get the entire kit. Okay. You can use the tanks that come with them. This one comes with the A2, so if you buy the species, you already get it. And buy extra K4 coils and 2 120 ml bottles of e-liquid on 8vape.com. Okay. Buy this whole kit, species, smock species, or this whole kit, the Sigelei Sobra. You can even buy the tank if you want to put these tanks on here from Smock on the Sobra for, I think they're like $24 right now for those. That way you'll have a superior tank on the Sobra. You can use the one on the Sobra though, but it's not going to be mesh there. Okay, so I can recommend these two for people to buy right now on the net. And like I said, I've had both of these for a year. Not a problem with either one of them. The only problem I've had with the Sobra is that when I set it down, I see a little bit of paint, but the door is superior, so it's not going to come apart like the T-Priv here from Smock from years ago, 2 years ago. Okay, all right, so those two are good. But here's the problem, people. There was this man that went with Watofo Corporation. His name's Mr. Just Right One. Go to his video channel, people. It doesn't have all the people like the corporate people, corporate reviewers now, Mr. Just Right One, but he worked in collaboration with Watofo Corporation, and he came out with an RDA. Now, I know that RDAs are gonna scare a few people in the vaping world out there, but remember, this video is for baby boomers. This is for people over 45 years old who want to quit smoking. And I want you to quit smoking. And I want you to know what's going on. And considering the fact that baby boomers are mostly very mechanically inclined, because the generation that's out there now probably has never even picked up a hammer in their life or a wrench, then squonking is going to be very easy for you to learn. So anyway, Mr. Just Right went in collaboration with Watofo, and he made an RDA. What is an RDA? It's not a tank with a coil that screws in. So when the coil goes bad, let me show you a coil. Okay, we're gonna show you a Cloud Beast King coil. Okay, so you buy packs of these and you screw them into these tanks. Okay, You screw it into this tank. You take the tank apart, you clean it out, you put it back in, you replace your coil after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Mine are a month, okay, and you put them in. This is a Cloud Beast coil. This is what I meant by the Cloud Beast coil when they put the new ports in there, but they don't have a mesh for it yet. This is the superior one for the Cloud Beast King. And it does chuck clouds like you would not believe. But this is a coil, so you'd have to buy these all the time and replace them in these devices, people. All right. In this one, this is a profile RDA, and you have to take this apart and replace the cotton and the metal strip in here, the mesh strip in here that Mr. Just Right One and Watofo came up with on how to make this thing work with a little push down platform in there that keeps the cotton up against the mesh. Okay, and if you get this device, it's about 29 bucks. Okay, and for the cotton and the mesh, it's only like $4 for each one for 10 of them. That'll last you 5 months, people. 5 months, unless you're a chain vapor, it might last you 3. Okay, and this is a very inexpensive little mechanical mech mod. Now, you'll hear from all the corporate reviewers out there, I don't think these are safe. I mean, I don't think a newbie should start with this. Well, I'm going to tell you this, okay, people? There's the inside of it. There's the off switch. You ever take it anywhere, turn it off. You pull this out. You pull that switch out like that. It's no longer contacting anything. Pull the battery out of it. It's no longer going to be able to fire on you. You can stick it back in wherever you go to and not worry about anything happening to you. You do need an ohms device so you can check this when you build that little strip thing. You can build this strip thing for Mr. Just Right One and Watofo in 5 minutes. I suggest you go look at a vid on it though, because a lot of people are wicking these wrong. They're putting too much cotton in them. They don't know how to cut them. They don't know where they got to put the cotton in them. They're overstuffing them. They're getting dry hits. Let me tell you, I can wick this thing perfectly, and it's the best device I've ever vaped on. And being as you're a baby boomer and you're still listening to this video, okay, a squonker you push the side. That puts fluid up into the bottom of this, and then it sucks it back down on the cotton, okay? Now, when you get this device, you'll know exactly how to do this. If you have any mechanical inclination whatsoever, you can make this and rebuild this easily, and it costs 10 times less than buying these coils, if that's the way you want to go. So if I turned it back on, yeah, I turned it back on. We're going to do a little vape off this one, okay? And we're going to see the difference between the quiet and the loudness of the smoke species tank draw in this one. Look at the clouds on that. The flavor from this RDA versus this smoke tank is 25 times better out of this profile for the same juice. I have the same strawberry meringue in this as I do this. Okay, this is 25 times better flavor, people. So I'm recommending that a baby boomer could start right out with one of these. This thing's 19 bucks. This is 28 bucks, and another $7 you can get away with buying this whole outfit for 50 bucks. You have to buy the e-juice after that, and they're about $15 a bottle of 120s. Okay, so one more hit. Now, you ever see the corporate reviewers smoke out your screen like that, people, on one hit? Well, I'm going to show you why. So I've got 2 of these devices, people, and I don't know why they're not told to people to buy them. This is a black gunmetal. This is a rainbow profile. You want to see them up close. They got real cool drip tips too on them. I think they're great. Okay, so I don't know why people don't, that are on a budget. If you're on a budget, just get these. And make sure you buy your cotton and your strips, okay, with your profile, because they only give you a couple of them when you buy them. So buy the other packs of 10. You'd be good to go for 6 months. 2 bottles of e-juice. You're done. You're done for $100 for the next 6 months. Okay, unlike one of these, if you're going to go buy this right now, it's $50. You're going to have to buy $15 to $30 worth of coils for it for 3 months or 4 months. Okay, and 2 bottles of that. So you're up to about 200 225 people. But this is a great device. It's a great device. So it's a squonk device. Now, when I was done with my, you remember my GX354 battery, right, from Smock? All right. That's what I started out with. The next device I went to was the Baby Alien 85. Okay. This thing is minute. Look, it's an 85 watt device, and it's still to this day, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to show you the tank you can put on it. You can put anything. You can put, this is the original Baby Beast that went on this device. Okay, there it is. You can put that on there all the way up to a Prince Cobra with the mesh, okay? And it fits on there and doesn't overhang. Look. It doesn't overhang at all, look, people. I'm going to show you that it does not overhang. And you put a mesh coil in here for the Prince, the Cobras, or any of the Prince models. Okay, you can vape this to 63. Okay, so this is an outstanding device. To me, you could probably start on this device and be perfectly fine. The battery goes here. You just unscrew this, stick your battery in, put it back, flip your top open, fill your thing up. You're done. You're good to go. Now, the only problem with this device is you'd have to carry an extra battery with you at work, because it's not going to last you all day long, unless you only vape on your lunch break or on the way home. But if you're going to vape all the time and you're going to be out for 8 to 10 hours, I would bring an extra battery with you. Okay, so the Baby Alien AL85, people over 45, you baby boomers out there, is a great device. It says on here Smock AL85. You can look it up on the internet. Okay. All right, so that's the second device I started out with, baby boomers. And then I got two of these T-Pros LEDs. They both broke because of the doors were malfunctioned. It was after about a year of use, though, and I really slammed them around in the car and down on my big man cave desk, and I think it was partially my fault that happened then. So from there, so I've got a purple one that works, an iProve one, okay? And the reason why I got another one is because I like the color of it, and it went on sale for like, I don't know, it was like 19 bucks. So I got the mod, so I'll always have one, okay? There it is, purple. It's a nice device. I don't use this in the car or anything anymore, okay? I just use this at home, and it sits on a rubber pad, so I'm not going to mess up that floor thing, okay? So be careful with these bottom battery doors. They can mess up your device. Okay, you'll be sitting there with nothing coming out of it. All right, so I moved on after the Baby Alien 85 to its brother, the high-tech G-Priv Baby. Same thing, batteries on the top. It's a little wider than the Baby. Okay, it's a little thicker than the Baby. And I moved on to it. It's touchscreen. I don't have a battery in this, but it's similar to the Smock species. The touchscreen here, it's the same thing. Okay, it's easy to figure out, people, and it's got the one battery. But this one, I seem to consume the battery more than my Baby Alien, but it still chucked the same amount. So this is the newer high-tech version of the Smoke. And you know, if you put it in your pocket, you can't even see it with a tank on it. It also holds the Prince tank all the way down to the Baby Beast. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put those away. Those are the old ones, babies. I still use them sometimes. I still use them and take them with me. And then I bought the talking mod from Smock because they went on sale. This is, people, right now. This mod here from Smock. It's called the talking mod. You don't even need to use the talking mod. Just use the buttons. I could care less whether it's talking mod. It's made very well. I mean, it's got the plastic sleeves in it. The paint doesn't chip. These are on sale, people, for like 29 bucks on the net now because nobody wants them. Nobody wants them because they don't, yeah, it's a talking mod. What do I need that for? It's kind of stupid. It's about the mod delivering you the vape that you want and the superior quality that it doesn't break. I mean, listen to this fire pit. I mean, this thing is great, man. And I use this one. This is a good 200 watt mod that you can start out with just like this. Okay, it's got the touch screen also. It's the same exact. Okay, but it's in a little circle. But it's a pretty mod. I like the red one. The black one's really nice too. Okay, so anyway, you get these really cheap now. This is $49 for the whole kit. You can get this whole kit here for like 35 bucks now because nobody likes it. But I don't see, I think this one's better looking. But if you're going to save 20, 30 bucks, I mean, look, this one's just as good, the same in your feel in your hand and everything like that. So go out there and buy it, save a little money. But let me take another vape, people. I'll take it off my cigar. So anyway, people ask me what are the vape reviewers that I watch. Well, I watch Rip Tibbers because he's the biggest one. Okay, and I take him with a grain of salt. He's a pretty good reviewer. He doesn't like to take many stands on anything. I have to give him kudos, Rip Tibbers, that he did take a stand on the Watofo profile RDA, that it was the best RDA ever made, and it is. That's the only time I've ever seen the man do that. Okay, and who's the next person I watch? I watch Suck Your Mob because I think he does good videos, and I like to listen to what he has to say. Okay, I watch Jay Hayes. Now, Jay Hayes is for the millennials, people, to me. He doesn't do much to intrigue the baby boomers that watch him, but I watch him, I comment with him, he's commented back to me. Okay, I've commented with Mr. Just Right One. He's commented back to me also on Instagram, YouTube, and so every one of these reviewers has commented back to me with Rip Trippers, and Rip Trippers probably doesn't have the time to comment back to people. So I'm not going to worry about him not commenting back to me, but I go in there and I give him my opinion. Just like he says, I give him my opinion. And then I tell you people the truth to the best of my knowledge what's going on out here. Let me get a squonk hit here. Because you know us vapors, we vape. Anyway, so while I'm doing the video, I'm going to vape. Just love my profile. Now, so this is a mech mod, people. A mech mod for squonking with the profile RDA on it. Now I'm going to show you what I just recently bought, which I think is the superior squonk device, regulated squonk device with every kind of safety feature in it you can think of, and a superior chipset, a superior design to the top side dual. Any other squonking device out there, this is superior. Okay, it's called the Revenant TVL Delta Squonker. And I bought the ohm colored profile for it, people. There's the profile logo, and I stuck it on top. It's kind of like a see-through ohm type plastic material. This is all heavy cast iron, stainless steel, beautiful thing. And let me tell you why this is superior to the topside dual squonker and everything else. As a matter of fact, I'm seriously considering going off of all mods, but I don't think I will ever. And getting two of these, and they'll be my go-to devices all the time. With the profile on top, with the mesh, with the flavor, and this superior device, it's kind of like, why should I do these? But these K4 mesh coils and these smoke devices, which are better than Freemax and Firelink mesh and all that, they're better. Okay, it gives out good flavor too, and it lasts with the dual. It lasts. This is a single battery device. This is a dual battery device. Great flavor. Not as good as this profile though. Okay. So anyway, the reason why this is a superior squonk device that you baby boomers can start right out with is see this right here, and I know you guys are mechanically inclined. All you do to fill this thing is you take your chubby stick, and it's got like a gasoline push in valve right there. Push in, fill up, done in 4 seconds. This was on there way before the Topside was, months before they ever made one. And as a matter of fact, you don't have to take off a cap on the top side and then try to fill it down in there and get your juice all on top, all the way all around your head, and put your cap back on. Juice is squirting out of it. This one, I've never seen any juice come out of this after I fill it, but maybe one drop, and that's because it came off the tip of your chubby stick. Now, I don't know if you baby boomers know what chubby sticks are. These are little plastic things you can buy for 59 cents on 8vape.com. You put your e-juice in here instead of keeping them in a bottle. And they come kind of handy because you can throw them in your pocket like that, okay? Or if you buy the 60 ml bottles, they pretty much go in there, but they're a lot larger, as you see, okay? So they're thicker and larger because they got 60 mils in it. This is a 30 mil, okay? So anyway, let's get back to this. This has a very sturdy stainless steel big squonk button. So you push down and hold it for 4 seconds, people, let go. It's filled up the chamber under, wet the cotton. The fire button's right here. The screen's right here. It even gives you date and time today. It's 2/3. That's the time, 02:03, which is right spot on my computer. It's got the date, everything on it, and every other kind of function you can known to mankind on here. Change the screen color, the whole 9 yards. So top side, not even close to this device. And it's 1,000 times better looking. 1,000 times better looking than a topside dual or single. And they're ugly to me. This is a nice device. So let's take a vape off this bad boy. Oh. Lemon twist, baby. One of the best lemon pink punch lemonade. One of the best lemon flavors out there, bar none. Charlie's Chalk Dust lemon meringue, pretty good, just like this though. Okay, but that was just awesome. It was 20 times better than this hit off of this Sobra. It was 20 times better than this hit off this Species. That's why I'm seriously thinking to go on to this. But if I were a new baby boomer vapor, I would go out and buy a smoked Species or Sagale, like I told you. Start out with it. If you want to start out with tobacco flavor, get like a blueberry or a blackberry to go with it, so you have a little tiny background flavor of those with your tobacco flavor. And get 6 milligrams or more, 6 to 8, maybe 8 if you really wanted to go strong on it, because these things can make you sick, baby boomers. If you chain vape this, okay, when you're first starting at 8 milligrams with clouds like this, it's delivering a whole bunch of nicotine to you. Do you understand that? Okay? And I mean, look at that. It's nothing compared to a cigarette. And every particle that you're taking into your lungs has that nicotine in it. So if you go above 6 milligrams and you keep chain vaping that thing, you get lightheaded, sick, nausea, everything else you get. I'm not a doctor, but it can happen to you. It'll make you nauseous. It'll make you sick. It'll make you lightheaded. Okay, so anyway, I'm thinking seriously to going to this. I think the baby boomers with their mechanical knowledge and everything, with the profile tank now, people. This comes with its own tank too. Okay, this one device is pretty pricey. You can buy the mod for 78 bucks. This whole kit's $49.99. But it's well worth this, people. The bottle's under here. It takes one of these big 21700 batteries that last you almost all day too. It doesn't take an 18650 battery like these. Okay, so I'm thinking about really going to all these until they make something better, in my opinion. And I won't buy a topside or a topside dual. I won't buy one. This one had a direct fill a long time before they did, and it's easier. Okay, and it's got a better squonk button. I don't have to push this here again to get juice to go up in there. All I do is just, that's it. Okay, but I like the Mac mods because they're inexpensive, cheap, and they're safe, people. They're safe. Do your ohms check, know your battery thing. Turn it off. Okay, after you use it. Don't do anything stupid with it. Check your mesh. I mean, and it's not going to do anything to you. If this thing starts to heat up while you're firing it, or you ever feel it heat up, take that thing and throw it in the yard where it's not going to burn anything, and let the battery discharge. Okay, don't throw it in your house. Don't throw it in water. Don't throw it on the floor. Take it outside the door and throw it in the yard. You have a little bit of time to get rid of it. Okay? It's not going to explode in your face unless you're not watching your wraps. If you're putting batteries in here that are all tore up on their skin and there's flaws in it and this little ring up here and it contacts things back and forth, you're going to get a venting. And then it's going to have a discharge. And it's not going to be a good thing. So, but they give you a little warning, people, on these things. So make sure that you read everything about it in the morning, everything about how squonking can go wrong. But the way they made these profile mesh strips and all, when I put them on a home thing, they're spot on every single time. And I'm not some big guru rebuilder out there, okay, that twists his own Clapton coils, which I never use. I would never use. They're nothing compared to mesh. So I got a Berserker lemon cheesecake in this one. Oh, it is so good. 3 milligrams of nicotine, people, in those. All right, so if you're going to get a charger, people, if you're going to get a charger for your 8615 batteries all the way up to your 21700 batteries, I recommend these, people. EFS Luke LCD universal chargers. I think they're the best on the market. So if you want to charge your batteries at home, if you really don't want to put a USB port and charge your battery, people, I understand that. A lot of reviewers say don't do it with a USB. You can do it with your phone charger. You don't have to use a little USB that's in it. And then don't. Then charge your batteries on an EFS. Here's a 4 battery one. I don't know if I can get it in there. It's a 4 battery EFS. It's got the big digital screen readout. It shuts off after it charges your batteries. These things are great. It goes all the way up to 2 amps of charging. 2 amps of charging. And it has 4 battery ports on it. I've got it off of there now, but I'm charging 2 batteries as we speak, or 3. And there you go. This thing's pretty nice. They're like, I think they're like, it's like 29 bucks for them. Okay. So, e-juice for you baby boomers over 45ers. This is what this video is primarily for. Is that I would buy decent e-juices. You can look on my channel and subscribe and look at some of my other videos of which e-juices I like. I like dessert flavors, people. Some people like candy flavors. Some people like tobacco with berries in them. Berry flavors in them. Some people like vanilla custard or custard flavors. Some people like granola flavors, and some people like, but I like lemon, and I like strawberry meringue cake, things like that taste like that, crack pie, and all that. So you want to start out, if you go to buy this at a vape store, which I wouldn't do, I'd buy your stuff on 8vape.com. Even if I was even starting out, I would buy it from 8vape.com, because the stores are going to mark their stuff up 25 to 40%, people, and you're going to get ripped off. Okay, you're not going to get a different device than this Smock Species in a vape store. It's just going to be $89 in the vape store when you can get it online for $49. Okay, so I hope I've done some things. I really didn't want to bash any of the corporate reviewers, but they're not going to tell you hardly ever when something is really something you shouldn't buy. Of course, Jay Hayes, he does it a couple times. He'll go on there and he'll tell you that this is totally crap. He's done it many times, so I agree with that. But I've never seen Rip Tripper say, absolutely, this is garbage. I don't want to review it anymore. Unless we just don't see that video where he just won't do it. He does the video and he says, oh, wait a minute, I can't do this. This thing's just every device that Rip Tripper's ever picked up, he's had pros and cons and opinions, granted, but he's never trashed an item. Jay Hayes has trashed an item, many items. Suck My Mind gives you a pretty clear description that he doesn't like this, this, and this, and this about things. But I don't see him ever saying, I would not buy this at all. Okay, so in the future, I'm going to do videos on telling you what not to buy. Don't go out there and buy it, okay, because it's not worth buying it. And as for the builders out there, for the RDAs, the RTAs, all that, RTDAs, all that, etc., excuse me, your time's limited. Okay, the profiles killed you. Watohu is just about to release the RTA, RDTA for this with the mesh. Now you're done. You're finished. Nobody's going to be spinning their own Clapton coils anymore when it's giving you 1/100th of the flavor. Nobody wants that anymore. They want this massive flavor the profile mesh is giving off. So you builders are finished. You're done. Okay? Nobody wants to hear your stuff anymore when all you do is slap the profile on here with a mesh and wicket. Oh, lemon cheesecake. I'm telling you, it's good, people. Look, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel. I wanted to do a video like this. Maybe I gave you some information that you needed. Maybe I didn't give you some information you needed. Comment in the bottom. I'll answer your questions. I answer all my people. Subscribe to my channel, people. It takes you nothing to go up there and just push the button for subscribe. I need you to subscribe so I can keep the vape world honest out here. Now, I've only been on here for 60 days, and I already have 4,000 or 5,000 people that have viewed my videos. Okay, so can Rip Tripper stay that the day he started? Can Jay Hayes stay that the day he started 30 days later? Okay, because people watch me. They like my honesty. They like the way I tell them the truth. And Grandpa Vapor will always tell you the truth. Vape on, people, vape on.